Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
A nurse saved her life 35 years ago. Now, she is surprising her with a visit. Written by Julie Provost, read by Giovanni Johnson. A patient reunites with her nurse after 35 years, and their reunion makes for an extraordinary day. 35 years ago, Allison Britton was a hospital patient. She credits her nurse, Seti Prasad, with saving her life and helping her overcome a rare autoimmune condition. The two lost touch when Allison got out of the hospital. Recently, she came across an older photo of them and wanted to thank Seti. She reached out to CBS News contributor David Begnaud for help. Seti helped Allison heal from Guillain-Barré syndrome, Allison shared. Guillain-Barré is a condition where the body's immune system attacks its nerves. According to Mayo Clinic, it can cause weakness, numbness, or paralysis. It is a rare type of disease. I was hospitalized and completely paralyzed when this debilitating disease struck me, Allison said. I would love to give her a hug just one more time and thank her for what she meant to me. CBS Mornings wanted to help. They found Seti in Temecula, California. They told her they would reunite her with Allison in Bentonville, Arkansas over video chat. But they flew Allison out to California instead as a surprise. She was my angel and my light in the time that was so dark, Allison shares. I was scared and I was lonely, and she and her alone made me think that I was going to be okay. Seti was in her home waiting to talk to Allison when Allison called her right from her front yard. Seti then told her that someone was knocking on the door. She opened the door and the two gave each other a big hug. I found you, Allison said. I didn't know what happened after you went home, Seti told Allison. You have no idea all these years what you meant to me, Allison says. The two women sit down and the tears start to flow. Seti shares that you never forget someone who makes an impact and that she never forgot Allison. Allison shares her heartfelt thoughts as well. Every day you came and said, "You're going to be okay." Did you know that I was so worried? Seti responds. She also shared that she would tell her head nurse she wanted to care for Allison as one of her patients. You allowed me to take care of you, Allison, she says. Good nurses genuinely make all the difference when you are sick. It's clear that the two of them meant so much to one another and remembered each other. When Allison needed her, Seti was there, and her life was impacted forever. It is heartwarming to see this patient be able to reunite with her nurse after so much time. Why comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also you do? 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Widower shares the last thing his wife told their son before she passed away from cancer. Written by Heather Riggleman, read by Giovanni Johnson. Taylor Odlozil had planned forever with his wife, but this widower's life is forever changed, and he shares the last thing his wife told their son before she passed away from cancer. He had spent years dreaming about a lifetime with his wife Haley, the woman he loved more than words could express. The two had met as teenagers and were building a life together like so many young couples do. Their plans were filled with hopes for the future. But in the blink of an eye, those dreams turned into something far more devastating. Haley found herself battling ovarian cancer. Taylor found himself planning a funeral for the love of his life. Together, Haley and Taylor Odlozil shared their journey through cancer with their online community. Somehow, Haley knew she was losing this battle. In her final days, Taylor focused on getting their son, Weston, to understand that she was going home to see Jesus. Her son would miss her, but only for a little while in this lifetime. I told him, Jesus is coming, and I want you to know that your mother fought really hard, he said. I wanted him to understand. I want him to know that there's nothing that he did wrong, because kids will blame themselves. He recalled the final moments with detail and said, I got real serious and I said, look at me, son. You're an incredible son, and the reason that your mother is here right now is because of you, and that she's fought this long because of you, and there's nothing that you did wrong. You have been a perfect child for us, and it's just going to be me and you soon. I'm going to need you, and you're going to need me. The pair clung together as they surrounded Haley with their presence and love and waited for her moment to pass from this side of heaven to the next. Taylor said she just kind of came to out of nowhere and looked at Weston, and Weston said, I love you, Mommy. She said, I love you too, Weston. And that was the last thing she ever said. She slipped into a coma state for the next few days. Can you imagine how powerful those 3 little words are and will continue to be in Weston's life? Those 3 little words can make ordinary moments of life extraordinary. They have the power to remind our loved ones we care. And when time seems to stand still and life hangs in the balance, these words hold power beyond measure. For Weston and Taylor, those words became Haley's final echo of her love, and a promise that her love would remain with them in their hearts and for the rest of their lives. In the end, I love you is more than just a phrase. It's a thread that connects us to those we love and binds us for a lifetime. Just like Jesus and the cross, these words in life and death are the most powerful words we can give. 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now these 3 remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.